Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Second video of the day, and in this video we are checking out the 5-star new legendary gem Stormvault. This is the new gem that was released and it has been given for free to everyone as a second year anniversary gift from Diablo Immortal team. So basically everyone has this gem, so let's see how does this gem work and how does it compare to other gems. So firstly it says dealing damage conjures a storm at the enemy's location that pursues the enemy for 6 seconds, continuously dealing damage to all nearby enemies. So not only one person, everyone in that particular storm area is going to get damaged, and after rank 3 you also get the lightning effect. Basically this is like an additional damage, dealing 6% base damage. So this is like an additional damage. So first thing about this gem that comes to mind is how does the storm look and how big is the circle. So let's check that out. So now we are at the training dummy, and now if I'm going to use my squall, see, this is going to activate my tornado, the cyclone I mean, and this has a pretty decent radius. If I'm thinking about battlegrounds, I think this is, if this activates at the center of the lane, I think it is going to cover the entire breadth of the lane. However, if it is activated at the side of a lane, maybe half of the lane is covered by this particular tornado. Now the next thing the gem says is that it is going to pursue the enemy. So how does that pursue looks, and can the enemy get out of that circle? So let's check that out. So I am now joined with my alt account. This I used to test various things. Now we'll see how is this gem going to look on my alt account. So I'm going to deal damage, and see there's a tornado and it is basically doing damage even as I'm going away. The tornado is following my alt. But now the question is, can I get out of the tornado? How difficult or easy it is to get out of the tornado. So I'm going to hit the enemy, and you can see if I do one dash and the tornado is not following me at all, and it went to this particular dummy. So basically what I mean to say that it is very easy to get out of the tornado. The follow speed of tornado is pretty slow, and if you use a dash skill you can easily get out, but the tornado is not like a total waste. It will retarget itself to the nearest enemy available. So even if some enemy has escaped, it can go to the nearest enemy that is available. So that is another point about this tornado. Now let's see if we can increase the duration of this tornado using the V2s, right? So now I'll be hitting the dummy with my squall, and this is not going to activate my V2s. So let's see. We can use this timer here in the dummy, right? So I'm hitting it with my squall and I'm dealing damage. You can see my legendary gem damage from my legendary gem is increasing, and it lasted for 6 seconds like it was supposed to. Now I'm going to hit it with breaker, and that is going to increase that is going to activate my V2s. Let's see if that can increase the duration of this. So 20 seconds have passed. So now I'm going to use breaker, and boom, we can see the tornado is going up, and it is 6 seconds and it is over. So basically the duration of the storm cannot be increased using the V2 set. This is fixed. So you saw that it was very easy to get out of that cyclone or that storm very easily, and you cannot increase the duration of that storm as well with V2s, right? So is this gem bad or good? So let's not decide that so fast. Now we check the damage number of this gem compared to some other gems. This gem actually reminds me of a firecracker that I used to burst when I was a little kid, and we used to dance on that firecracker. I think something like that is going to happen in BGs as well, where this is going to be everywhere in battlegrounds and people are going to dance over it all everywhere. So let's see the damage numbers. Here it says 22.5 second every 0.5 seconds for 6 seconds. So 0.5 in 6 seconds, that is basically 12 ticks of 22.5 second. Now if you multiply 12 by this 22.5 second, you get 270% damage. That is the total output at rank 1. I'm going to compare all the rank 1s so that it's apples with apples, you know. So at rank 1 it's 270%. That is huge. let's compare it with some other gems of which are comparable and which do almost similar things. The number one gem is Void Spark. This is also an AoE based gem. It does 45% base damage to 1%, and then the Void Spark jumps to some other percent, right? So it jumps from 1% to some other percent, but the damage amount remains the same. Here it is not going to jump from 1%, but if it is going to be concentrated in one single area. But the damage is huge difference. This is just 45%, and if theoretically a person is just standing there, it is totally 270%. Maybe if he's not getting 270%, maybe even half of that or even 1/4 of that, that is also good, very much comparable with Void Spark. It beats Void Spark by a big margin. Now let's see with the Starfire. This also does 200%. And this but this also has a knockback. So obviously knockback and CC things are very crucial in battlegrounds. That's why there's no that's why obviously Starfire is going to be still the one of the best gems. I won't say to replace it with Starfire, but I'm just here to compare the damage numbers. Now compare it with Maw of the Deep. This is like a one single damage and it is 140%, but it has the knock up and the pulling in the center. So these are not comparable, but I just wanted to show you the damage so that you get an idea where this gem is placed as compared to other gem in terms of damage. Because this gem is all about damage. And keep in mind, I am just comparing the first part. Now if you go with the third part, the one which you activate at rank 3, it also deals 6% base damage additional. So from 270%, it is now 6 seconds per second, that is 36 seconds, 36%. So 270, that is 300%, right? So this is like 300% over a span of 6 seconds. So if this is there on the idle, I think this is a huge damage number that you will see. And if multiple of these things proc in an area, I think it will be very difficult to stand in that particular area. We will see over in the coming few days in battlegrounds where you see multiple of these chakras of these storms in the battleground, and you will see that it is really melting away a lot of people. That is my thought and that is my opinion, but we'll see exactly how it is going to be there in battlegrounds. And let's compare it with the Hilt of Many Realms. It is also dealing 50% base damage, percent for 5, so it has more damage than this one also, because Hilt of Many Realms deals 50% base damage and for per sword, right, and it has 5 damage. So when you compare this damage numbers with any other gem, even with the Howler's Call, it is 150%. This is like one burst damage, that is damage over time. So the total damage exceeds any other gem that you already have. But keep in mind, this is damage over time. Yes, enemy can escape it, but still this will be an annoying thing to deal with, as it has a lot of damage and it is going to follow some other enemies. So maybe 270% or 300% damage you are not going to apply to 1%, but you might be applying it to several percent. And if someone escapes, at least you can apply it to some other percent. So you're getting the point which I'm trying to make here. It is a pure damage based gem, and that's all what it does, but it does that really well. So it is now up to you to decide that if you want to add another damage gem in your setup. Recently we have gotten a lot of damage based gems, even the CC gems, right? So the damage based gem recently, the roiling consequence increases your crit chance. We also have Mother's Lament. This also increases your crit chance. So with the crit of this, and so with such a high crit chance, I think the damage from these, this is a good addition in that particular setup where you are going for a lot of damage. But this is not for everyone. Some of us just like to play, have some defensive gems, or some of us like to have only CC based gems, right? So the gem setup might differ from person to person, but if you are looking for a damage, I think this is a great source of damage gem. So that's all my thought for this particular gem. It has a place in battlegrounds, definitely. The coming few days we'll experience this more in the battlegrounds, and then you can make a final judgment. But in my opinion, I think for damage purpose this has great value. Let me know if I missed anything, and if you want to know something else about this gem, let me know if you are going to build this gem or try this gem in PvP. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.